Hey guys, and welcome to Geek Reviews. Today we're going to be going through, as I say, the first part of Exterminatus from the last part of the Shield of Baal campaign. As I say, I caved in and bought a digital edition as I've got it up on my screen here. I do have it on my tablet, but my tablet died before, so I was going to be flicking through it on there, so I have to do it on my computer now. But yes, I go through here, go through the today I'm going to go through the Archangels stuff, the detachment in there, and all the formations that are in there. I think there's like 6 formations in here for the Archangels. There's just a stupid amount of them. So it's going to take me a while to go through, so hopefully I'm going to get everything right as well. I'm just going to be reading it straight off the screen. There's also the Flesh Terrors and the Necron Marphite Dynasty. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I quite like it, so I'm going to be saving those to last because I'm very tempted to start a Necron army, but I'm holding off until February because, one, that's probably when the Codex is going to be released, and two, that's also when rumoured the Adeptus Mechanicus army is more than likely going to be done. So I'm hoping by then there's actually going to be maybe Adeptus Mechanicus, so I'm going to be trying to start that. But yeah, that's for future. But for now, we're going to go through the Archangel stuff. So, the forces of the Blood Angels are Archangels. They have their own special relics, so I'm going to go through those. So the relics of the Archangels, these basically follow the same normal rules as relics do for other factions. So got to keep like 1 per detachment, etc., etc. Pardon me. Okay, the first relic is the banner of the Archangel host. It's a 30-point upgrade. It can only be taken by a Terminator squad, and it can be carried instead of a company standard. What it does, it gives all units within 12 inches of the standard of the banner of the Archangel host reroll failed morale and pinning tests. In addition, all friendly models with the Blood Angel faction that's in the same unit of the banner has preferred enemy. So give it to a nice Terminator assault squad jumping into combat with preferred enemy. So that's gonna hurt. The next relic is the Archangel's Edge. It's a 5-point upgrade to a Terminator Sergeant. It can only be taken by a Terminator Sergeant, and this basically replaces his power weapon. So if he's just a standard Terminator Sergeant, he comes with a power sword anyway. So it's just a 5-point upgrade to this power sword, which is basically the same stats as a power sword, but on 6s gains instant death due to the special rule Giant Killer. So, Giant Killer. It only affects instant death against monstrous creatures. So against stuff like Hive Tyrants, Necron, Scarabs, not Scarabs, Spiders, other big things. Gains instant death. So that's pretty cool, especially if something doesn't have an invul save or doesn't have a 2+ armor. The next and last relic is for librarians only. It's called the Executioner's Hood. It is a 5-point upgrade. The bearer of the Executioner's Hood is unaffected by shadows and the warp. So if you know you're going up against Tyranids, got Necrons on the brain. You basically you play the Archangels. Just bring this. You get a 5-point upgrade on your librarian, so it's not affected by shadows and the warp. It doesn't say anywhere that it replaces his psychic hood, because I believe all librarians come with psychic hoods, so you get the benefit of both. So, pretty cool. Now the Archangel's Warlord traits. The first one on the Warlord traits table is Grim Determination. Your Warlord gains the Fearless special rule, which is pretty cool. Just having a Fearless Warlord attached to a unit, that unit's now fearless. Granted, most Marine units they shall know no fear anyway, so it doesn't really make too much benefit, but guess for like morale and pinning tests and stuff like that, it's an auto pass for you. Number 2 is aggressive defense. Your Warlord and any unit he's part of gain the counterattack special rule. So standard, quite useful one, especially if you have like a melee unit that he's attached to. They just get even better, or even just a standard unit gets a slight buff if they happen to get charged. Warlord trait number 3 is Blood Champion. Your Warlord gains rerolls fail to hit rolls in a challenge. So it's like hatred but better because it happens every turn. Next one is Master of the Field. Your warlord any unit he joins gains the objective secured special rule. So that's good. A Terminator captain in a squad of Terminators gains objective secured. Simple as that. That's what you'd probably do, or maybe a Librarian Dreadnought or something along those lines. Something that doesn't normally have it. You wouldn't put it in part of. You wouldn't get this one and then put your warlord in a what's it called? A tactical squad. That's part of a primary detachment because it would have it anyway. But actually, no wait. I don't think the detachment has objective secured, so that's actually a good benefit to give it to a tactical squad. It's because I get the Archangels detachment in a second, but I don't believe it has objective secured on any of their units. So, number 5 is Lord of Baal. Basically, you can choose to reroll all morale pinning tests for your warlord and all friendly units of the Blood Angels factions within 12 inches of him. So it's kind of like the banner for 30 points, but it's a warlord trait. So that's good. So you can maybe, if you have both, if you maybe get the banner and put him on like one side of the field and have your warlord who happens to have this warlord trait on the other side of the field, you got two nice little reroll banners there, reroll bubbles. Still pretty cool. And the last one is Angel of Death. Your warlord has to prevent enemy special rules, so that's kinda because most of the time he's probably gonna be hitting on 3s, so you're only gonna be really missing on 2s, so that's a good thing. And then wounding, depending on what you're giving him, it's still great. Extra little bit of woundage. So the Archangel Strike Force detachment is a very elite detachment. It's compulsory as 1 HQ and 2 elites. Its optional is an additional HQ and 14 elites. That's why I say it's very elite detachment, because it's all elites. There are some restrictions from it though. You're restricted to captains, chaplains and librarians, or the Terminator captain from the Shield of Baal Deathstorm, but all of those I just mentioned have to be in Terminator armor. That's one of the formation restrictions. You are also restricted to Stern Guard, Veteran Squads, Vanguard Veteran Squads, Terminator Squads, Terminator Assault Squads. You cannot have more than 10 of these in this detachment in any combination. So if you wanted to, you could have 10 Terminator Squads if you wanted, but you couldn't have anything else on top of that. And you're also restricted to Furiosa Dreadnoughts, and you can't have more than 6 of those. So you can see there you've got 16 slots in total, so you have to have 10 troop and 6 dreadnoughts in there. So you can see where they're going with that. Your command benefits are Storm of the Angels, when anything is placed in reserve for this detachment and arise from Deep Strike. Instead of scattering 2d6, it scatters 1d6. So that's pretty cool. It'll help you having like your Vanguard, not your Vanguard, is it Vanguard? Yeah, Vanguard veterans, or anything that comes in drop pods, scattering less and landing where you want them to, instead of kind of leaving it up to chance. And then the other command benefit is Lord of the Host. You get to reroll your Warlord trait on the Archangels Warlord trait table if you don't like it. So, standard one that you get there, and then a nice little bonus for any deep strikers. But you can see this kind of army is meant to be for deep striking and getting into your enemy's lines quickly. Well, mainly from turn 2, but if you have some drop pods in there as well. Okay, now we're going to go for the formations. There is a lot of them, so it's going to take me a while to go through them all, so I do apologise in advance. The first formation is the Archangels Orbital Insurgent Force. This formation is 3 Terminator Squads or Terminator Assault Squads in any combination. There are no restrictions. They have special rules Swift Deployment. All units in this formation are held in Deep Strike Reserve, and you make this single Deep Strike Reserve roll for them, and on their turn that they Deep Strike in, they can run and then shoot in that order. So you can run, spread them out a little bit so you're not going to be pie-plated, and then shoot. So that's pretty cool. And that's it. The next one is the Archangels Sangrium Wing. This formation consists of a veteran vanguard, two veteran vanguard squads, a Stern Guard veteran squad, and a Storm Raven gunship. All units in this formation from the Vanguard veterans and the Stern Guard veterans must include 10 models, and the Vanguard veterans must have jump packs. So you can see there, it's going to be quite a pricey formation to bring, probably about 600 points, maybe 700, I'm not 100% sure on what they actually are now. It sounds about right, 700 points. But they get some benefits. The units, they get a surgical strike force. This formation's unit of Stern Guard veterans must be embarked on the formation's Storm Raven, as well as the Vanguard veterans must be placed in Deep Strike Reserve. You make a single reserve roll for the entire thing, and then they all come on at once. So it's kind of like, surprise, here's my army. Yeah, there's no other benefits saying. So you're basically rolling from turn 2 from basically quite a big chunk of your army going to be coming on to play. But also they get this other special rule called First Company Armory, so they get access to everything. Basically every model in the Vanguard veteran squads can take a single power weapon or lightning claw per model as a free upgrade. So the entire squad can have a single lightning claw each or a single power sword each. So I'd probably try and go WYSIWYG on that one, so you can't say, oh, these 5 have here, and then like pick off some random people saying, oh yeah. But yeah, we'll make sure you probably WYSIWYG there. So even if the chainsaws, just say the power swords, but still that's very powerful, especially for the Vanguards who want to get into close combat. Also, all the Stern Guards. The Stern Guard veteran squad in this formation can take a single Stormbolter or combi weapon per model as a free upgrade. I'd again try and go WYSIWYG on this, so people aren't going to go, oh, you're cheating, or something like that. But it's basically you can give them all combi plasmas or combi melters. I'd probably go combi melters, but yeah, that's quite a huge thing, because that's giving you around about 200 points worth of free upgrades to this very pricey formation already. So it's making this good formation that's going to be very elite even better. So yeah, that I can see being powerful. Prepare not to have many friends if you're going to be using this formation, especially in some of the other combinations of the other formations that I've mentioned in the past. But yeah, this is going to be a very powerful formation to bring. I will try and be WYSIWYG on it, so you're not just saying, oh, these ones have this, these ones have that, and not model with it. So it's going to be very confusing, especially later on in the game when all the models get mixed up, or have them like written on the bases or something along those lines. The next formation is the Archangels Demi Company. The formation has some pretty cool rules and some nice stuff in it. So let's go through it. The formation is 1 captain or Captain Krayer from Deathstorm, or a chaplain. 2 Furiosa Dreadnoughts, 5 squads in any combination from a list. The list is Terminator squads, Assault squads, Terminator Assault squads, I should say, Vanguard and Stern Guard veteran squads. The captain or chaplains must be in Terminator armor. That's the only restrictions for this. The special rules they gain are Stubborn, Lord of the Host, and Storm of the Angels. So same benefits as before. So this thing can be bring as a primary detachment. And you get to reroll your Warlord trait table, and I think that Deep Strike's in. Deep Strike's 1d6 instead of 2d6. Fairly simple, very straightforward, probably very useful formation. Then the next formation is, instead of the Demi Archangels, it is the Archangels. Again, the formation consists of 1 captain or Captain Krell from Deathstorm, 1 chaplain, 4 Furiosa Dreadnoughts, and then 10 squads of in any combination, same as I mentioned before. Terminator squads, Terminator Assault squads, Vanguard, and Stern Guard veterans. There are no restrictions, so the chaplains can be in normal power armor if you want them to. They gain the same benefits as before, plus 1 additional one. Elite Strike Force, you may start making reserve rolls for units in this formation from turn 1. So you can have stuff, you can pretty much have the entire army in reserve if you wanted to. And then have them all thingy, because you have the Furiosos in drop pods and everything else. So you have literally a bare table first turn, then Deep Strike everything in with drop pod assault, and then rolling for all the reserves. That can be quite a powerful force. Next one is the Bloody Demi Company. The Bloody Demi Company consists of a chaplain. It's like a combination, chaplain, captain. But one captain or chaplain, one command squad only if you've taken a captain, 3 tactical squads, an assault squad, a devastator squad, a dreadnought, and a furiosa dreadnought only if you've taken a chaplain. So each one gets your slight benefit. I would probably go chaplain myself, so I could have the furiosa dreadnought. And there's no restrictions, so there's no thing saying that they have to be in Terminator armor, power armor, yada yada yada. The special rules this formation gets is if it is your primary detachment, you can reroll your Warlord trait from the Blood Angels Codex, so you don't get access to the Archangels ones, you have to go for the Blood Angels one there. Then the Red First is, I think I mentioned a few other ones, they gain +1 to their initiative characteristic on the turn they assault, but they don't benefit from Red First if they do a multiple assault or a disordered charge. So you can have some things that are going to affect you there, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to use. You can probably have some fun with it. The next one is Strike Force Mortalis. So you can tell from the Mortalis bit, it's a Death Company based one. Your formation is 1 chaplain, 3 Death Company squads, 2 Death Company dreadnoughts, and 1 Storm Raven. The formation special rules are Crusader, Fury of the Forlorn. At the start of each fight subphase, a Death Company model in this formation that do not have the Rampage special rule gain +1 attack if they're in combat with more enemy models than friendly models. So it's kind of like a little bit of a mini Rampage. This bonus lasts until the end of the phase, and for purposes of determining whether this special rule is in effect or not, count all models in combat, even those not engaged. But the models from this formation do not benefit from this special rule if they make a disordered charge. So if you're trying to go cheaty and go on the turn of a charge, you charge into some units, like 2 units at the same time, being outnumbered to try and get the additional attack, you won't get it. The turn after, by the way this is stated, you'll get it if they're still alive. All your targets are still alive and they still outnumber you. So you can probably just benefit from the Rage special rule for the first turn, and then the turn after you get the additional attack each turn, plus they get like 4 attacks each base. I think it's like 2 plus, I think they get 2 plus 1 for close combat weapons and pistol. So additional 1 from here, 4, so each turn having 4 attacks, or even just going up against a big mob of like Orc Boys, 30 of them against 10 Space Marines. They're going to have 5 attacks on the charge, and they're going to be outnumbered, so they have 6 attacks, each of them initiative 4. Ooh, that's actually quite deadly. Ooh. That's like 60 attacks from 10 guys. Oh, that's dirty. Just thinking about it. Yeah, sorry, just thinking about that there, that's quite dirty. Okay, so I think is this the last one? Yes, this is the last one. This is the last big one. It is Dante's Avenging Force. It's Dante's Avenging Host. The formation consists of course, Commander Dante, as well as Mephisto, a Librarian, a Sanguinary Priest, a unit of Sanguinary Guard, because, well, Dante wouldn't go anywhere without his guards, a blooded demi company, so the formation I just mentioned, two formations ago, and 3 Storm Ravens. The restrictions are the blooded demi company must include a chaplain, so you don't take the command, the captain from that force. You'd bring it as a chaplain, but otherwise all restrictions for that formation must be adhered to. All units not equipped with jump packs or begin the game embarked on formation Storm Ravens must begin the game embarked on drop pods. These are purchased at the normal points cost, so they're not free upgrades, they're 35 points extra. I think 35 points for a drop pod. I don't play Space Marines, so I'm not 100% sure. special rules, the Bloody Indemnity Company has all the same rules that they had from their own formation, plus the additional ones of all non-vehicle units in this formation gain objective secured, and they have Storm of the Angels, so they scatter 1d6 instead of 2d6 when they arrive from Deep Strike. Since everything's starting off the board, that's quite a lot of stuff that's going to be coming. And that is it, because then we go on to the Flesh Terrors and the Necron Dynasty. I'll cover those in a separate video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, because there's quite a lot of information I've just spewed at you. So yeah, and I believe I've got it all right. So yeah, I believe I've got everything right. So yeah, it's got some quite powerful formations in here. The Archangels Sangreum Wing is a very deadly formation. Just from reading the special rules for it, it's like 700-800 points, but you get like 200 points free upgrades for them. So you know everything's gonna be deadly in this formation. So yeah, enjoy it. There's some other quite fun formations in here, like the Archangels Demi Company and the Archangels. I quite like the Strike Force Mortalis. Just try and get that thing into combat will be hilarious. Amount of attacks it can pump out. But yeah, other than that, I quite enjoyed that. Probably won't be starting it myself, but you know, I did quite enjoy it. I hope you have as well, and stick around. I'll probably be doing the Flesh Terrors on Thursday. No, I won't be doing the Flesh Terrors on Thursday, that's games night. I'll be doing the Flesh Terrors on Friday, so enjoy that when that comes out on Friday. There'll also be the Necron Dynasty probably on Sunday, so stick around for that. So like and comment if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe because there will be more, and comment if you think I've got anything wrong or have any questions. Or comment if you want me to review anything else in the future. And I'll try and get around to it if I enjoy it. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll hopefully see you again. See you guys.